from the what's the name for me, please? Please disconnect me. 1 second. 1 second. My phone is going crazy. Okay. All right. Hey guys. Okay. So we're in our live setup class. And give me 1 second. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, perfect. Because that's what I wanted anyway. All right, I got a lot going on over here all at one time. So, hey, y'all. Today we're in our live setup class for Staffingpreneurs Academy, and I am live with my staffingpreneurs. So, give me 1 second because I want to make sure everybody is there. If you are chiming in from IG, hi. If you're chiming in from YouTube, hey. Make sure you put your name, where you're chiming in from, what your niche is. This is our setup class. I go live every once in a while just to bring awareness, activity to Staffingpreneurs Academy and to support anybody who is not doing what they're supposed to be doing, which is getting a coach to help them with things that are going on in their business. So if you're just coming in, I know I got a lot of people chiming in from Zoom on my Zoom class. If you're just chiming in, please say your salutations this morning. Okay. And then all my people on IG, I know I never go live, but I am here. So what's up? And for all my people on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, I'm excited to be here. Give me 1 second. There's a lot going on at one time here. There we go. Yeah. Y'all know I hate. Let me just say no. I'm gonna get frustrated. I got frustrated for a second, but I'm not gonna get frustrated. That's not my job. Not today. My job is to be full of joy today. I know y'all full of joy too. Okay, perfect. Okay, great. Now I'm really full of joy. Super full of joy. Okay, great. All right. Put your questions in the inbox, okay? And we're going to start our questions, okay? How long it takes to go? Okay, perfect. Denisha's already getting us started live with our questions today. If you're here setting up your niche recruitment and staffing business, you are absolutely in the right place. Before we get started, I have a couple of announcements, though, for y'all this week. So first of all, I want to let you know that our clinics, and I don't know if I mentioned this before, but our clinics, our ads and automation clinic and our Zapier clinic has been separated. So we now have an additional clinic that's being added, kind of additional, not really. We don't have enough time in our ads and our email marketing automation and ads clinic to add the Zapier in there. So we're separating that clinic from the Zapier one. From the email automation one. So that will start next week. The gentleman is still on vacation. So once he gets on vacation, he's going to be teaching the Zapier class. And it is going to be on at 8 a.m. because he's in a different time zone. So it's going to be at 8 a.m. Eastern, I think. I think it's 8 a.m. Eastern. So I will not be on that class. You got to put yourself on mute, Craig. I won't be in that class. So I just want to give you heads up on that. Also, we are selling out our seats for the live launch and leverage event. Let me share my screen here for a second. And I'm gonna share. Give me 1 second. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? I didn't see everybody was here. Okay, perfect. Let me know where you chiming in from. Would love to know. Okay, let me show you where's my, share my screen. Okay, my entire screen. There we go. Now we getting somewhere. I want to show y'all the flyer that's going out this week, and y'all gonna see the videos and so forth. We're getting very close to our date. It's gonna be really dope. It's gonna be here in LA. We had a couple of cities scheduled for this date, but scheduled on different dates. However, everybody bought tickets in LA, which I thought was very interesting. So please put your phone on mute. Please put your phone on mute. So everyone went. So we just narrowed it down to the one location, and that's where folks have been buying tickets. This launch, land, and leverage workshop is going to be a little bit different from the ones that you all typically attend when I do my live events. Y'all know typically I go on tour 6-7 times, 6-7 locations once a year, and we talk. Hey, Marquita, and we talk about. We either do a full setup or we do a full healthcare or we do a full run it. But this one is any niche you can come with, regardless of your niche. It doesn't matter. We'll spend one day really focusing on making sure you have all of the things foundationally in place that you need live, right? So a lot of people have to go back to square one or are going back to square one through their setup. We spend one day going over the major things that you absolutely should have when you're kicking your business off, right? And then if you need to go back, then go back. The second day, we talk about landing clients, right? And building relationships and understanding the leverage that you have with the relationships that you have with your candidates. So those last couple of days, they're very hands-on, interactive. We're doing a lot of role plays. We have a sales coach coming in who's going to be going through script writing, how to create better scripts, even how to direct ChatGPT on creating better scripts for your staffing business so that you can leverage your candidates in a different type of way. We talk about skill marketing. We get down and dirty into the biz. So I want you all to be aware of what's going on. I know some of you have gotten your tickets. Some of you have not gotten your tickets. I want you to get your tickets. We will throw them back on sale for 1 week for anybody who didn't know. And they'll be on sale on the recruitmentstore.com, but you can get there through Staffingpreneurs Academy. All you got to do is to hit the shop button and it's there. You can go to the shop and you can see the launch and leverage, but I'll make sure that the link is underneath. So I won't take up much more time in regards to that, but I do want to let you know that this is out here and I need you all to come on in. Now we only have, I think, 20 seats and you can come virtually as well. So 10 virtual, 10 in person would be great. I don't want any more than that, to be honest with you, because it's a very intimate workshop. So I want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to get hands-on experience. So I don't need 30, 40, 50 people. So, we already have, I think, 6 seats filled on the in-person side. And I'm not sure on the virtual just yet. So that's where we are with that. And I really definitely want, if you need help, if you're somebody who wants to go through and you need more hands-on, more than this weekly call can give you, you want to sit in the midst of Dee and other staffingpreneurs. We always have amazing energy here in LA when we do our live events, which I'm really excited about. And so I would like to see y'all there. Now, the lines are open and we can start our conversation today. I see we have a ton of conversation around LinkedIn. Before we get into that, I want to say hey to everyone who's watching the replay. I'm glad you got a chance to watch the replay today. We are live, just so you know. I want to thank Craig and Michelle and Susan and Charlene and Lakeisha. The Adams family's here, and Brenda and Denisha and Tarshaw and Ebony and Charlene and Sharday and Devontae's in the house and Eli, and Stephanie Bush and Emma. I mean, we're on fire today. Who would I miss? Craig, Mataliona, Luna and Rose. Susan's here. Okay, we got a lot on the line here. I love it. All right, awesome. Lines are open now. And Denisha said, anyone in class have experience with how long it takes to get LinkedIn account turned back on? It's a temporary restriction. It takes about a week or two. Denisha says she just got hers. So I apologize. No worry for that. Good to know. Timing is everything. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So that LinkedIn does have a restriction on how many people you can reach out to every day. Or every week. And I think it's 100 or 200. Was that for connections or was that the email restriction? Because there are two restrictions. There are connection restrictions and and the ability to message restrictions that are on there. So I would be interested in knowing which one you were restricted out of. All right. Any questions on the line today? The lines are open. Let me just go back in. The lines are oh, okay. I got a whole big one here from Craig. Hold on 1 second, Craig. 1 second. 1 second. Hold on. Let's go back. I want to get Craig's message in really quickly. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm trying to do right there. Okay. And pull this here. Okay. I saw a nice long message. How y'all doing? Perfect. Marquita and Alfreda. Okay. Let's see. Craig, your message says. Hey, Miss D, I have a question about the niche overview worksheet. I love that. How niche overview do you need? Let me read that again. Something about the niche overview do you need done before? Oh, how much of the niche overview worksheet do you need done before you have started the website? I know it's 68 problems. No problem with the amount of work. It just may take me longer because of my work schedule. I want to be efficient and have my website up this month. I also have my logo already. Do I have to buy it from 99 Design and just implement it on the website, or when we finish my niche overview, we should have the logo, website, intake form, because I want to add. Okay, so first of all, Craig, these are questions that you should be asking your account manager. Okay, so I just want to throw that out there, but I will answer for you today. And I think Devontae is your program advisor, so that's who you want to ask these types of questions to. But I'll answer them for you. So in regards to the niche overview worksheet, how much do you need to have done before starting the website? Well, a decent amount of it, I would assume, right? In regards to how many people are in what location, maybe not so much, but more in regards to the who you're connecting with, how. And I got to show you, I forgot to show y'all that I got another announcement, because I forgot to show you we've updated the format of the niche overview worksheet. I don't think it has been put out just yet, but we updated to give you all try to make it a little bit easier for you all to go through the worksheet. But before I show you the new version, let me just say that enough for the content writer to understand who the target market is, what their likes are, what their dislikes, or whatever the case may be, right? So they're writing based on who you're saying that you want to connect with. So in regards to how many is in what location and stuff like that, that doesn't necessarily have to be submitted, but those are things that you want to utilize so that you can understand your market and you can understand how many you have the opportunity to connect with and what locations. That will further help you to identify what type of strategies you want to implement to engage with them, both on the employer and or the candidate side of the business. And that's really important, right? If you're working with 300 people in the market versus 30,000, those are two totally different strategies. The cost of the strategy is probably going to be different. How you're going to attack that market is going to be different. So all of those things 1,000,000% matter. And so from that perspective, you can take your time a little bit more with that. But we want to know, what are their biggest challenges? What questions are they asking? And we want you to do the research so that you know that too, because that's going to help you define how you want to start having conversations with them as well. What you want to be on your lead magnets, what you want your scripts to look like, or what conversations you want to just start out with. You know what I'm saying? To get them to engage with you, because there are a lot of little dots along that journey, and what the things that you need to say to engage with them are very different than the things you need to say to get them on your calendar once you start engaging with them, right? So very, very, very important. I hope that was helpful, and I'll show you the new niche overview worksheet in a second. I have my logo already. Do I have to buy it? No. So if you already have your logo, you can just give us your logo. We just need it in all file formats. So you want it in SVG, PNG, JPEG, white, black, or white, dark, and color. and so forth. But it comes with your package. So we designed your logo with your package. So if you're comfortable with your logo, cool. If you would like to see what we bring to the table and see if you like what we design better, we can do that too. It already comes with your package. So you can do that. That's totally Hake and Wall. That's totally up to you. Ken Wall is going to get me excited. I hope that was helpful, Craig. Get with Devontae because he should be able to support you in that manner. And if you're still on the line, Devontae, if you can post the questions from the type form in the chat bot so I can get to them, that'll be great. That would make things a lot easier for me. I'm glad you're here, Craig. Eli, I'm working with Cassandra to fulfill the nursing roles from the medical client I have with Windsor. Okay, so you decided to work with her. Okay. I'm still in need of other candidates in the following roles: front desk admin, medical assistant, nurse practitioners, and physicians. You recommended someone from your running class, but want to know if you can share their contact or if someone in this session can help. Let me know. Yes, you can reach out to me offline. And then I'll connect you with staffingpreneurs that I feel like would be a great fit to support that role. So feel free to do so. But I'm back and starting all over, Darika. Okay, Darika, I'm excited to see you here and getting fired up about the business, back in the business. Ken Wall, you're launching today? Is that what I'm hearing too? So Darika, so Ken, well, I didn't know you were launching. Did Devontae know you were launching? I didn't know you were launching. I did not hear that in the morning meeting.
Yeah, Dee, sorry I've been absent. So basically due to work conflict, so I decided to start my journey on today. Even though I signed up last month, but we finalized the starting date today. So this is my first day today.
Oh, with the coaching.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I remember. Okay, my brain went. I was like, wait, I don't remember him. So, okay, so congratulations, welcome, and we're excited that you're here.
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to work with Devontae. We had one class, but I consider today is my first day to start as a staffingpreneur.
Okay, perfect. Well, we're excited that you're here. Congratulations. You're gonna love the journey. Devontae's amazing. And I can't wait until you say you're ready to launch too. Stephanie Butcher launched just a couple of weeks ago. The Adams family, they're all launching in the next couple of weeks. Nicole is launching in the next couple of weeks. Who am I missing? Tarsha, are you launching too? It's a few people launching. So I'm really excited, Canwell, to be able to call you out and say, Canwell's launching. So make sure, really quickly, make sure you watch all the videos first, okay? Because if you watch them all first, and then you'll be able to understand the things that you want to do and how you want to do them and different things like that. If you try to do things as you're watching the video, it's going to slow you down drastically. And you're going to be trying, doing all those things. Also, when you do go back and you start putting the pieces together, just remember that everything is built on top of each other. So don't try to go and do something that's further down in the process before you do the starting point, because the way my brain works is like building blocks. You can't do this until this is done. So from the very first video you watch, it's literally building on to the launch of the course. So people get crazy when they start doing things all out of order. You got to stay in order for it to really come out and you get through it quickly. So that was just some quick tips on how to get through the course. Talk to Devontae. We're excited about working on your brand. And what else did I want to say? And chat in the community chat, have conversations, post things, respond back to people. This is my technology, Reskillify. So it's being built hands-on. So I'm not like Microsoft or anything like that. I don't have that type of manpower. So sometimes our changes move a little bit slower, but our chat, we're coming out with a mobile app so that you can go in and use your mobile app to chat online. And that'll be out in a couple of weeks or a month or so, because we're still working on other things. So I just wanted to give you heads up, but go in the chat and respond in there. And we're just excited to have you here. We're excited to see you thrive on your journey. So awesome. You can reach out to, that is a great question, Eli. Devontae, connect with Eli, please, so that we can get, because that list that we have for our other client would be a similar list that we would want to work with Eli on. So I want to follow the same process that we're following with the other staffingpreneur. There are a lot of people who are getting healthcare job orders like crazy, like healthcare contracts like crazy, like lots of them. And so, and this is, and Stephanie, you need not to be sending nobody no PM. I mean, lady.
I'm sorry.
Why?
Well, it had my number and info on there, and I was like, I didn't know if I need to put that on there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Stephanie, no, we already got other things we trying to get done with you. So
I'm sorry.
You got to chill out. Let us get through that stuff first. You're gonna give me a heart attack. Devontae, connect with Eli, get his contact information for me. She's tickling me. Do you have any other funding company recommendations? So, I mean, besides Encore, Denisha, besides Encore, I mean, you can go on your own funding company journey for sure. Right now, we work with Encore and have it or to complete the now worksheet. Where do I find the video to learn how to set up the avatar? There's not a it's inside the setup course. One is in the setup course and one is it's inside of the setup course. So I don't know where I don't know. I have to go back to that. I've got to go back to that. My brain isn't everywhere. Hold on. Okay, these are the questions from okay, let me keep going. No, I don't have other funding company recommendations, Denisha. The only one that I really work with in this moment is Encore. We do have another one that's coming on board. Who's asking me this? We do have another one that's coming on board and they're coming on live soon. I don't know when my assistant has them scheduled on the calendar. I thought it was today actually, but they're coming on live. And then Brenda. Okay, Denisha. Okay, perfect. Brenda is supporting. I love that. Okay, perfect. Where can I find the video about avatars? Is it set up lesson a class replay? I can't. Contract, healthcare contract. How far? Okay. I can't recall. I watched it. I want to use complete my niche worksheet. Thanks in advance. It's in the setup. Okay, we'll go through that for the LLC. What should I say my industry is for as far as my next code? Is healthcare or contract staffing or recruiting? When I choose staffing and recruiting, it gave me something else with the waste management. No, it's staffing, it's employment. So let me go to that one because that one's a little bit more. I think that it will resonate with everyone else. The setup class stuff, Devontae can walk you through that one. But this one, I definitely want to go through and show you. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, Erica. Thank you. So sweet. Hey. Hey, Stephanie. Hey. Okay. All right. Let me share my screen so we can go through that. And so the question was asked about the what would NASC, I don't know how to pronounce it, codes to use, I guess, when you're going in and you're doing the government contracting piece, even maybe filling out a loan or a grant with the government. So NASC, where's my chat so I can spell it correctly? Yes. And so I think that it comes up as just employment. I mean, they have staffing agency, and then they have a ton of them, right? So if you're going under your staffing agency, then you want to, you can do staffing agency, you can do employment agency. You can do consulting. There are a number of different ones you can do. You've got to go through and double check. I don't think you're a PEO, but you're more staffing, recruiting, employment placement. So, and then there is a website that right on the government where it says look up code and you can go in and search the different types of codes. But I would literally just type it in on, I mean, enough people have looked up the codes right now that that you can go in and just type it in Google what your space is. And then, you know, you can find that. This is the 2002 reference files. So there, I'll put this in the chat box so you can go in and check that out, and kind of go from there. Are there any recommendations for healthcare VMS? I do not give out recommendations for healthcare VMS. That's something you have to go in on your own search for. And because you need to be building relationships with the vendor management systems. So that's something I want you to go out and you to find out and you to start the relationship. Be the person that understands how to connect with the vendor management systems. You can do a Google search. You can talk to other staffingpreneurs. You can go into different groups where other people are getting, getting those. That should be a part. I feel like a part of the setup. If that's set up, I should put that in the setup course. Should be a part of the setup of where you want to go, to find clients. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you said for the LLC, yes. And so yes, so there we go. They gave us dealing with waste. I don't know about this waste management. Okay, so I hope that was helpful with the NAIC codes. You're also going to use that when you're signing up for your DUNS number and so forth. So make sure that you remember that that's going to be important for not just signing up for your LLC, but for a number of things. Okay. All right. Let's see. What other questions do we have? What other questions do we have? This is your setup class. This is 100% your setup class. So any questions that you have about setting up your niche recruitment and staffing business, anything related to the course and stuff like that, that should come from Devontae. I want to utilize this time to talk about things that you might not, that maybe I don't have in the course or you need more clarification on. Maybe it's your niche overview worksheet in particular, things on your niche over worksheet. Hey, Alexandria, I miss you too, Pooh. Maybe it is your client and your candidate journey. We've been having a lot of conversations lately about the client and candidate journey. I think more and more of you are understanding how important it is. Maybe it is about, setting up, just start your ATS, right? Getting your conversations started. How many candidates do you need to have in your applicant tracking system before you open the doors? Like different things like that, the setup of your business. What type of conversations do you plan on having, with your employers, with your candidates? How are you going to engage them? Many of you all feel like, oh, I have a ton of candidates, I just need contracts. But if the employer is having a hard time finding candidates, what leads you to believe you have more than what they have in their database? Right? That means that you should be pipelining and having conversations all day, every day, all day, every day. You should never be cocky about how many candidates you have when in all actuality, companies are paying you because they lack candidates. So if they're paying you because they lack candidates, you've got to understand that there is a shortage and that you should be the person that should be figuring out how to master hiring the specific types of people that you're niching into. That's what being a staffingpreneur is all about. It's about the niche. It's easy to say I'm a staffing agency if you have 50, 60, 70, even 10,000 recruiters, right? Then you can cover a lot of playing field. But if you're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you're trying to cover a whole market with just a few of you. No, focus solely on what you can fill frequently and become a master at that, so that everybody in the industry knows that they should come to you to get those types of positions filled, right? You build the pipeline talking to those specific type of people. I don't care if it's nurses, I don't care if it's doctors, I don't care if it's light industrial picker packers, I don't care if it's project managers, program managers, product developers, I don't care if it's stylists, I don't care if it's police officers, I don't care graphic design, I don't care what the niche is. Like, become the master of that and become the master of how you engage with those types of candidates, how you hire those types of people. How do they need to be connected with in order for them to want to do business, to want to work with you, to want to get hired? You got to get into the science, the Scientology of the work that you're doing. Okay? Of the work that you're doing. All right. Right now, we got a lot of new niches out here that nobody is talking about. Prompt engineering. Prompt engineers are the hottest job right now in the market for artificial intelligence. Right? How are you providing how do you know how to hire those people? Why should people come to you? Okay. What is a direct email for you? I have a question that I'd like to send. You can send me a question. What is a direct email for me? So I mean, we try not to do that. The goal is for everyone, because it's like the goal is for everyone to go through a program advisor or talk to someone on the team. So Devontae, can you connect with Susan and see how we can support her? Just trying to maximize my time. I'm moving in a lot of places, traveling, doing a lot of things. So I want to make sure I maximize my time as much as possible. When do you buy an LLC from the Secretary of State and get your EIN number? You do that once you have an idea of your market. So typically the way we structure our program, you understand your market first, who you're going out to. From that, then your company name should be born. Many people already come in with their company name, but at that point, sometimes, or the way I feel like a business should be created is you understand your market and kind of an idea of the services that you're going to be offering, what the challenges are, and so forth, and then design a name. And so you want to go get the LLC, in my opinion, before you get the name. Before you legalize the name, because you have people out there who wait for you to legalize the name and then will buy your LLC. Buy your domain and then try to sell it back to you for 10 times more. So don't do that. So like once you figure out your name, then you get then you can go and get your LLC. Now you're going to need a phone number. You're going to need an office space, or at least an address, because you don't want to legalize your business from your home. People will show up. It's public information. So make sure that your address is definitely not your home address. Okay. And that's very, very important. And then you can go and get your LLC at that point. I hope that was helpful. That was a great question. That's what options they gave me when I was doing my LLC formatting. The next code was 56, which was waste management. And the next code would be contract staffing or staffing and recruiting. Yeah, not waste management, though. The one we saw wasn't waste manager. It was staffing, recruiting. You can do employment, type in recruiting, staffing, employment, consulting, all of those things you have the ability to focus on. And then if you do healthcare services, I don't know, but mainly you want to do in the staffing and recruiting side. How many candidates do we need to have in our ATS before we launch? Brenda, good job. I love it. I would like to see you have a minimum of 50 that you're ready to contact on day one, which means their email address and their phone number should be in the system along with either their LinkedIn profile or their resume. That would be ideal, right? But the more you have, the better, because you want to get on the line and you're going to have your schedule together. You're going to have this is how I'm launching on this day. I'm going to do this, and you're going to have time blocks. And in those specific time blocks, you're going to have time blocks where you're on the phone with your candidates. Now, you can do a lot of things in bulk now, and everything will still look like it's going directly to that person. So you may be able to bulk email everyone, bulk text everyone, but then start getting on the phone and dialing and connecting on social media. The energy you want to have around that once you do launch is connecting with them, building a relationship, profiling them. This is what sourcing is, pipelining is, sourcing and pipelining, getting to know them so that when you do have an opportunity, you'll have an already established relationship. But a better way to be able to, and then so in this setup class, let me say this, in this setup class, this is where you want to start thinking about, okay, how can I get candidates to want to gravitate towards me? Right? Because it's not enough that you just offer jobs. A lot of people offer jobs, but how do I get them to gravitate towards me? So start thinking about like your mission or something they can rally around, so that it's not just about the job, but it's about something more meaningful that's important to them. That's why it's very important that you go over to, that's why it's really important that you take that time to spend those, to pipeline and to do those relationships. I hope that makes sense. It's really important. Really, really important. Really important. Yes, you're welcome. Yes, you want to get to know as many people as possible. Find something to rally for them to rally behind. I promise you that'll definitely make them feel more. It'll create a better relationship with them, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? It'll create a better relationship with them, and it'll make it easier for them to want to support you in referrals, and whether that be on the candidate side, whether that be on the client side, whether that be, however that may be. You never know what can happen from there. Can we, the next question was, can we use the word consulting instead of staffing, as it covers all areas as well? I'm asking because I have IT consulting under. You can use both staffing and consulting for the next code, but in your name, I don't know if you were speaking about in your name, but in your name, you can definitely say consulting. I prefer for you not to use the word staffing in your name. I don't think it's a good idea to use the word staffing in your name at all, actually, because it's a barrier when it's time for you to start doing business with people. They're, just based on how things have been going, it's a barrier. So I don't suggest that you put staffing in your name. Now, if you already have it in your name, you do not have to go and change your name. Okay? You don't have to go and run out and change your name unless you feel like it has been a barrier for you. If you feel like it's been a barrier for you, then yeah, maybe that's something that you might want to do. But when I say a barrier, people are not so quick to answer the phone or respond back to an email. It's like, oh, this is another staffing agency. So you can use the word search. You can use the word, group. You can use the word consulting. If you do have a consulting service under there, you can not have any of those things. And it can just be a one word, name. It's totally up to you. You are the one that can drive that. But yes, no staffing. Okay, wow, I should have picked that one. I didn't know that. Wow, okay. Tasha, as I am developing my business, I work in home health as a nurse. How do I keep my business and work separate to execute a smooth exit plan from the workforce? Ooh, that is very, very tricky. That's a great question, but that's very, very tricky. I am about time management. I run a number of companies simultaneously. We're building out a staff and scaling in a number of different companies, and you have to keep expenses different. So I understand what that's like. I've also been at work and was running my business on the side too. And I remember having to get up super early in the morning. I remember having to leave my lunch, go sit in my car and make calls, and then, scheduling calls on, recording my calls on the way home, getting home, dealing with my children for a couple of hours, leaving that, trying to get a workout in, leaving that, shower, watch an hour anime, then get back in that grind again. So it's a process for sure, right? And it's one where I was telling one of the other staffingpreneurs recently, it's going to require a different version of yourself, and a real different version of yourself, extra organized, then keeping things separate, and like having your work laptop and your work phone versus the work that you're doing at work, just keeping everything in its own separate space. That's also going to require you in your mindset. I told you, Darika, in your mindset, you've got to put things in blocks. So even though like I might be like, I'm working on Sherry stuff, right? That's something I'm constantly working on. but I may have a meeting coming up with Devontae, let's say for an example, and I know that meeting is coming up 15 minutes from now. I have to literally tell myself, okay, this is over. I'm not looking at this anymore. I have to push it to the side. I physically do this with my hands. Okay. I'm pushing this to the side, and then I pick up my prep for whatever I'm about to do with him or whoever I'm meeting with, and to start getting myself into this space. Okay, what are we going on? What are we working on? What's happening? Right. And then go into that space. And then I have to have time to write whatever it is my notes are, and then completely cut that thought process and go to my next appointment or go to my next thing. And so that's going to be like intense. Also, like keeping things organized. One, just make sure you don't put your work stuff with your personal stuff, but just stay organized as possible. Go by your calendar as possible. Find every extra moment, minute, hour, second that you can to work on your business. And but I say still give your all in the work that you're doing for the employer that you're doing it for while you're there. But when you leave, like cut it off. Go to that next and get it there. Okay, I love that. That was a great question. And then one more thing I want to mention about that. When you're ready to exit your situationship, you want to think about how you want to go about that, right? Because if you have a great relationship, maybe you can partner with the facility that you're leaving. If you don't feel like that's acceptable, or you feel like legally that's going to harm you, then you might want to think about the timing and how you exit, and different things like that. And so make sure you talk to your attorney about it so that you can make sure that you're safe for whatever paperwork you signed. That was another thing I wanted to just mention. Brenda said, hi, Dee. I hired a spokesperson for Fiverr to do a short webinar appealing to clients. I plan to put it on my website and other social pages. Good idea. I like that. I think that's a great idea. And so they're going to watch the webinar, and then and that's how you're going to get their contact information. And then you're going to be prepared to do two things. One, you want to have post email automation so that they're getting reminders of their webinar. You want to make sure that they are getting emails after the webinar has taken place, driving them to wherever you want to drive them to. I'm assuming it's going to be your calendar. And you're going to want to make sure that that those people also get into your ATS, and that you're calling from within your ATS, because these are potentially sales leads, and be prepared to call. So you can go back and watch the replay to make sure you got all of those bullet points, but that's going to be really important. And you're going to make sure you have your marketing material. Let me show you this. I got to show you this. This is one of the classes that we're about to do. Let's just see. Let me go back here. One of the classes that we're about to teach. I should have put that on the announcements today too, and I did not think about that. But if on my Canva, Canva, if you look here, so this is the new one is coming up. But when you start, this is one of the documents that we are going to have coming out when you do your webinar. So there's a number of things that you want to make sure that you have together once you do your webinar, like your social media posts, your ad posts. You want to make sure you have your landing page content to get people to your design, your thank you page, or wherever that's going, the descriptions for the webinar if they're live, and make sure you have all your email automations set up for your live event. So I wanted to show you that because I want to make sure you know that that there's a process to getting that webinar up in order for it to be a nice automated system. Okay. So I want to make sure you just put all your pieces together and just go back through the replay and just that. We'll have a class, so we'll be doing that. But I like it. I think it's a good idea. What are the top 5 niches? Coach D, what are the top 5 highest paid recruiting staffing domains? The top 5 highest paid recruiting and staffing domains. You mean like healthcare and different things like that? I don't know right now. Right now, we're having a major market shift. If that's what you're asking, we're having a major market shift. Healthcare is always going to be lucrative because people are always sick, but there's a shift in certain parts of healthcare. Like in the long-term care space, you can see them moving more towards direct hire than per diem in some instances. They need a little bit of time to recover from COVID. So you see some changes there, but when you're in the technology space, in some areas you see an upkick. In some areas you don't. So right now it's hard to tell. I would go to Staffing Industry Analyst. It's a website. They do a lot of analysis on different things. It's like the industry standard for where you go to get stats on the staffing industry. I would go there, check them out, see what they got going on, because they're on it every day. That's the only thing their company does. And while I'm excited about the interns that are coming on to assist us with some of that in the future. That's not what we solely do. So I would definitely check them out. QR code generator. I can't seem to understand how to set this. How can you do so? So with your QR code generator, on how to set the QR code generator up, is that the question that you're asking? Once you pay for it, you're just going to put your website in, and then it'll come up. So let me show you. I don't even know, because I now use my my Bitly for my QR code generator. So QR code generator. Let's see. Because now Bitly put it inside of there. But it's just so as you can see, you create the QR code and then you decide how you want to use the code. Do you want to do it on your website, your social media? Like, those are things, you've got to decide, link to different websites based on filters. If it's going to a video, I'm assuming it's going to a website. So you would just put your website URL in. So I put a Staffingpreneurs Academy. Where'd I go? Website URL. Oh, I'm sorry. You hit next. And then you put your URL. And then you hit next. And then it pops up. And then you can define how you want it to look. You just customize it based on how you want it to look. I like the Scan Me style. But I've used many different styles. So you can just check out the frames and just decide what you want. You can make it color. You can add your logo. I like to add my logo or my company's logo. They give you a short URL for the QR code. You can also download the QR codes in PNG, PDF, JPEG, SGV, EPS. I like to do all of them. The one I don't need is the PDF, but I'll do it all. And use the high error correction, and then you download them. And, so I hope that was helpful. I hope that was helpful. Okay, good to know. Yes, that makes sense. Okay, I just use name solutions. Solutions is cool. Let's see. Wonderful to know. Thanks so much. Yes, we'll do. Okay, perfect. G Suite and social media outlets. G Suite. How do set up the marketing, accounting, and website emails info? I don't see where you would set this emails up. Can you go through how to set them up? Social media outlets. Should we set these pages up with a logo and just go back to later and finish? Yes. So you can say, you don't even have to put a logo on there. If we're doing your web design, you don't have to put a logo up there. Just set your social media accounts up. And then once we finish your logo design and all of that, we give you the social media covers and the graphics and all of that and your first social media post. It's up to you after that to design your own social media campaigns based on your strategies. But in regards to, you set up your accounts, you give us the URLs, and then I want to make sure that and then we can go from there. And then once we give you your design and your drive, then you can go ahead and then put that up in your social media accounts. Hey, Becca. Let me just see. And then you said the G Suite. How do you set up the marketing, accounting, and website emails, info email? I don't see where you would set these emails up. So in your G Suite, okay. So I don't know if do I want to go through my G Suite. Let's see. Hold on. We can go through my G Suite, I guess. I don't know if that's proper live, but let's see. Let me just say G Suite Sheets. Where's the admin console? That's what we're looking for. Okay. And then, and I probably do not have my password. I can't really go through here because I don't have my password, and I don't, maybe this is it. Let's see. Nope. I don't know my password, so I can't do it on here. But basically, when you go into, I don't know my password and I can't pull it up on here. But basically, when you go into your G Suite and you set up a new account. When you go on your G Suite and you set up a new account, you're going to set up an email address. When you set up your new email address, your info account should be an individual account, and your regular your info and your name should be two separate accounts. But like your marketing and your accounting, if you want, they can be aliases to your main one, right? To your info account, right? So your marketing and your accounting, or they can all be separate accounts. But at the end of the day, when you're talking about setting up your Gmail, your email addresses, you want to set them up as new email addresses. So I don't know. Just go through YouTube. It'll tell you like how to set up your email addresses. Hey, Lori. I changed my last name last night. I put Healthcare Solutions. I just had Solutions by itself. Cost me an extra $150. So what's Explore Healthcare Solutions? Okay, I like that. That's cool. Just as long as just don't say LLC, right? You can use it like in your government names and stuff like that, but just don't say LLC. Hey, we're looking to join some local and state groups, but how do we know which ones to join? So many options. We work with the BBB and National Nurse Association. So how do you know? So when, I think really talking to people in the industry, like outside of your basic Google search, but when you're talking to other executives in the industry, finding out what groups they're a part of, and seeing what industry associations resonate, their values, their core values, and so forth, like that. Which one of those resonate best with you? That's going to be the most important piece, because not everyone is going to resonate with you. Not only that, you want to join associations where you feel like you can provide the most value and you can receive the most value. You can create the most valuable relationships. In Atlanta, they have so like tech associations, like and I know that's not your niche, but in Atlanta, they have the Tag Association, like Tag Association, ASSOC, Tag Association, right? So they have the Technology and Events Association, and so you can see, and so you want to just find things like that where you can connect with people. So they have Tag Online, that's just one, and they have all types of different types of chapters and societies, fintech, information technology, data, sales management. So you've got to find associations that are comparable to your market and that resonate with you and the work that you want to do. So that's very great question. And a lot of times these associations or societies, that's another thing you can look up, professional societies, associations, that's another place. Okay. So really, really great question. Tag online. They also have these like hub networks. I don't know what you want to call them, but like Atlanta Tech Village. I know y'all not in Atlanta. I know y'all in Nebraska, but I'm just giving you ideas so you can see if there are things near you in that way. But like they also have the Atlanta Tech Village, and in Atlanta Tech Village, it's like a cohort of some sort. Yeah, startup hub. And it's like a lot of other businesses in that one space. And a lot of people go there to network and to do some amazing things there. So just maybe it's a physical place near your location where folks are hanging out at. But wherever it is, you want it to be a place. And then also another way to find things is like board positions. You can also do a search for board positions in the healthcare space. And this is one of my secret, I can't believe I'm telling everybody this. And then that will show you people who actually need people to sit on that board. And then you can see whether or not you resonate with them. A lot of nonprofit job boards have board roles. They have job boards that are specific for hiring people and hiring board directors or wanting board directors, both compensation and non-compensation. When you go to networking events, ask about it. That should be the number one question you ask, just different things like that. Really, really important. Ebony said, thank you, Dee. I'm going to try this. Atlanta Tech Village is great. I've done a lot of work there. They do a lot of amazing things there. They have a lot of great events there. Some of the biggest companies are always there networking, looking for partners. And then you have smaller companies that are receiving funding that are building, that are there looking for partnerships like yours. It's a great place to get to know. I hope that was helpful a little bit, Becca. I hope that got you in a good starting point. BBB, National Nurses Association. Mm-hmm.
That was so helpful because there's so many options and they all cost money.
Yeah, they do. They do. But so they have like, so you can do volunteer. Like I volunteer at places. They don't cost money if you're volunteering. You know what I'm saying? Call in and say, how can I volunteer in your next event? I would love to hold the door. I would love to pass out flyers. You don't always have to pay for things. A lot of times people just need your physical body help. And that gives you an opportunity to connect with the people that you're looking to connect with in the places that they are located. Do you feel the energy of that one?
Yes. Okay. So I have one last quick question.
Okay. Cool.
When we're doing our videos and our classwork, there's some homework spots. Like the lead magnets is one of them. Where is the best place to submit that homework?
Yes.
Go ahead.
So I'm not checking homework. I don't have time to check homework anymore. That's more, you can give it to Devontae for sure. You can, is it not we've been updating the checklist with the new technology. So if it's not under the checklist, you can give it to Devontae, but I'm not checking. When we started this course, I was checking everybody's homework assignments. We have too many active students for me to be able to do that. So I'm not checking them. You can bring them here too. So if you want to bring them here, you can share them. This will probably be the better place. But that checklist is more for you than it is for me. It's more for you to define, are you getting through things, in the way that you're supposed to be? What is that? That is terrible. I think my recording stopped. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me, Becca?
I can hear you.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
I can hear you.
Okay, great. Yeah, my recording just stopped. It just went AWOL on me. I don't even know why. But I hope that was helpful. I hope that was helpful a little bit. All right, so we have to do the YouTube recording. That's cool. That makes a ton of sense. Perfect. Let's just see. Local Chamber of Commerce is it's definitely, and if you're a minority or you have a disability or anything, like you're a veteran, they typically have some type of Chamber of Commerce for all of that. So I would join that as well and see if they have a healthcare Chamber of Commerce or a nurse Chamber of Commerce. And also, if they don't, why don't you create one? You can create a chamber. I mean, I'm sure it's not hard to create a chamber, but you can do a nurse chamber or an IT Chamber of Commerce. I don't know how that works, but be creative and you be the one to start it up if it makes sense, if you have the time and the bandwidth and it makes sense. I'm just throwing it out there. Are there any potential and staffing opportunities with SAM.gov for government contractors, government open recs for temp staff? Of course, there's a ton of opportunities. There are ton of opportunities. You should definitely register with SAM.gov. You should definitely get your information over there and register, and you should do it yesterday. I mean, literally yesterday. Let me see what I say. Hello, Queen. I've been thinking about the niche staffing for teens, especially during summer and because of an overall labor shortage. What concerns should I consider with that model? Definitely talk to your attorney. Like that would be the first thing that I would say is talk to your attorney. But because you're talking about staffing under 18. And there are legalities around that. And I am not familiar with those legalities because I don't know anybody who's staffing from that perspective. But I think it's a great idea. If you can legally make that happen, I think it's a great idea. You see staffing agencies supporting college level and above. And so it's definitely an option for sure. I love that. Great question. You have a question? Mataliona? No?
Sorry.
Yes, you have a question? You're unmuted. No? You got quiet. Okay, I'm here if you need me. That's awesome. Becca said, I need help with the blind Chamber of Commerce. That would be dope. Oh my gosh. Like that would be fire. And again, like associations, they are created because someone or a group of people decided to come together for one common cause to create an association. But there are a lot of recruiting associations. There are a lot of it. So you could be the person that creates the next association. Like that's something people don't think about. But I read this book once, and there's a guy, I can't think of his name right now, but he writes books about wealthy people and how to connect with people on a higher level. And he was talking about how you reach out to different magazines and ask if you can publish an article. You ask if you can volunteer. You ask if, just like different things. And one of the things was building an association. So I think that's really cool. It's a really cool thought process. Back and Wall, glad to have you. Since reading the book you recommended, I've been thinking of something I would create for my tribe to connect, definitely. And I created Reskillify for that too as well. So don't forget that. Reskillify is there, especially if you're going to implement training and coaching in Reskillify, it is definitely there. I hope, and with that being said, I hope everyone got the link for the free ATS course that's happening. I'm going to make sure I have the date in here. The free ATS course. Let me make sure. Hold on. She just gave me the date to remind me because I'm always okay. Here it is. The ATS clinic, July 20th. That's this week at 2:30 p.m. Pacific, 5:30 p.m. Does that make sense? Yes. 5:30 Eastern. Okay. So that's for the applicant tracking system clinic. So anybody who or class. This is more of a class and not a clinic. Anybody who's having issues with your ATS, we're going to just go through a full setup on the back end. It's going to update the ATS course in areas that may have not been updated recently. We're going to go through it together to make sure you have everything that you need there. Bye, Elizabeth. Love you. Also, we're going to go through just some common things that you want to make sure that your ATS is doing. You can bring your questions if you'd like, and you can be ready to share your screen if you'd like, but it is free of charge. It's for all staffingpreneurs. You have to be a staffingpreneur in order to attend. We will be working from the Crelate ATS. However, if you have another applicant tracking system, feel free to bring it. I'm a genius in that area. Also, the Reskillify, we are doing a free course also on August 16th from 6 p.m. Eastern, or 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. It'll be a 2-hour webinar on how to set up a course for your clients and or your candidates. We're going to go through setting up programs and just basic courses, and just how you can get your candidates further engaged in your world, how you can upsell your clients, how you can create an additional revenue stream for your business to help you to be able to keep your doors open until you get your contracts, or to supplement what you already have going, to show stronger or more value for your niche and your niche marketing. Your niche staffing business. So we're going to be going through all of that. I'm really, really, really excited. Please make sure that you all have the links. Your program advisor has it. If you're a staffingpreneur, you should be reaching out to Devontae. It is also in the community chat. I've seen him post it like 60 times. So it is in the chat. So make sure, Devontae, that the link for the ATS and the Reskillify is out. The Reskillify one I will post on under this video for anybody watching. So that one is for everyone. The ATS clinic is only for my staffingpreneurs. Also, do not forget to get your tickets. Go to Staffingpreneurs Academy, go to the shop page, and get your tickets to come to the Launch, Land, and Leverage your workshop. The workshop is live. It's here in LA with me, Dee Williams. The last one we did last year was beyond phenomenal. We had people in person. We had people online. It was so phenomenal. We took over the city, literally. And we'll do that again. But it's really more sales driven more than anything. It's more focused around sales and conversations and connecting with employers and having meaningful conversations in the right way. What else did I want to say? 2 p.m. today, Eastern, we have our Run It class. Don't forget. Any questions you have about launch, bring it to your Run It class. I'm signing a big deal today, so I won't be in the launch class today. So bring any launch questions to the Run It class. Okay. What else am I missing? So many good things. It's a lot of staffingpreneurs that are launching their staffing businesses in the next couple of weeks. And I just want to say how fired up I am, how fired up my team is. I'm about to go into my team meeting now, so I can't wait to hear updates and on all of you all and what you all have been doing in your business. I'm really excited for you all. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything on YouTube or anywhere like that. Okay, perfect. I'm really excited for you all, for the work that you're doing, not just for yourself and for your legacy, but for the work that you're doing in the community. And, as a whole, this is a big deal. I always say that staffing is the best career, best business on the planet, better than any business on the planet, because this is one area that can never die, right? In any way, form, or fashion. Even if the aliens decide to show themselves and decide to come and take over, somebody gonna have to staff for something to protect or to integrate. Like, staffing is always going to be around. And so this is a recession-proof business if you can do it the right way. That's why we're doing the Reskillify course, because I want to make sure you all have other ways to generate revenue. And right now, upskilling and reskilling are the hottest topics. So why don't you take advantage of that and add that onto your business model as an additional revenue stream, and give additional value to your clients and your candidates in your pockets. Okay. So really important. Hey, really quick about the books. Do you have a PDF or text file that I can buy from you? In regards to which books? We have the list of books in the Academy, but I'm not sure.
Yep, those ones. They're paperback, and I can't personally read them.
Oh no, they're actually the links to they're actually the links to the Amazon. So they all have to be purchased. So if they don't, they may have a Kindle version, but all of those links go to Amazon. So I don't have any like PDF files for any of them like that. Unfortunately.
Hey, just for anyone who wants to read the book, I'm done with 2 of mine. I'll pass it along. If anyone wants it, just let me know.
Yeah. Which books did you finish?
The Dee Williams,
Yay.
your book, and then the one by Seth. What's his name?
Seth Golden. Yeah.
That's the one I was talking about with the tribes.
Yeah.
So now I'm on Think Like a Billionaire one.
Yeah, that's an amazing book too. Think Like a Billionaire actually really shifted my thought process. I'm not religious at all, but when I got wind of this book and the thought process around the book and how it relates to finances really resonated with me so much that I felt like it should be shared with all my staffingpreneurs. So that's an excellent book. Think Like a Billionaire. Tribes is also an amazing book, and it's never going to die. That's going to be a timeless book because people will forever move in some sort of tribe. And it's not just about the tribes that they're moving in, but it's about how you're leading the tribe as an entrepreneur, as a leader in your community. The moment you decide that you are going to start a staffing business, you now take on a responsibility as a leader in the community. And so how are you going to lead? And you all see me talking about the client journey and the candidate journey. That's what Tribes is about. It's about taking your clients and your candidate through a journey and building your tribe around them, giving them the level of support and the information and the data and the value that they need, while you also receive that back. So those are every book I put on that list was very, very, very purposeful. I actually have a couple of more books that I would like to add that are a little more technical. But those are books that'll get your mindset in the right place, because we're shifting as a world, as a people. And being transactional is no longer acceptable. Building relationships, I've been saying this for years, is now you're starting to see is more prevalent than ever. You've got to build a relationship. And many of you have the ability to do it and just are afraid to step out of your comfort zone and show the true version of yourself. But if you're stepping up and you're starting this business and you're doing this business and you're running this business, then you have the ability to create amazing relationships that are going to bring value to you, again, to your legacy and to the community as a whole for generations to come. So it's really important that you know the position that you play right here, right now. The author of who's the author of Think Like a Billionaire, Ebony? I can't think of his name right off the break. It's a gentleman though.
Yeah, it's Scott Anderson.
Yes, Scott. Yes. And let me just see. And then I'm gonna run and do my class, y'all. But it's on Amazon. If you look here, and it was Think Like a Billionaire. Here, Scott Anderson, Anscot though. Scott Anderson. I'm not familiar with this gentleman. I have never met him, but it is in Kindle, Becca. So you can read it online. And I've got a ton of Kindle stuff open.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those ones I found and I started reading.
Mm-hmm.
The only one that I couldn't find in like a format that I could read it was your book.
Mine should be on a Kindle format for sure, but I'll go back and double check.
I'll double check too. I might be wrong.
Yeah. All right, cool. All right, awesome. You're amazing. All right. Okay, I see 2 more questions. Let me see. Thank you, Emma. Okay, who's the author? Okay, but every time I talk to someone about this, they always say, oh, that's a lucrative business. It is a lucrative business. It's a majorly lucrative business. And and is one that, like I said, is never going to die. Y'all have a big responsibility, you know, having a staffing business and employing people in the world. Is nothing more exciting than that. And I'm excited to be on this journey with each and every one of you. Every week, this is what we do. And that's what Staffingpreneurs Academy is about. It's not just, and I want to tell you, one more thing. Don't forget, before I get into my final, don't forget, there are a few people that I reached out to about an opportunity that we have to partner with one of the staffingpreneurs that we have. Devontae should have reached out to everyone and give you the link. So you have to fill out the application and the non-disclosure form so that you can attend the webinar, and then you'll have an opportunity to hear from the staffingpreneur and what business opportunity they have. I will tell you, there's a number of ways you'll be able to work with them. You'll be able to work with them from a referral perspective or as a full partner. So if you're looking for either or, this is a great opportunity for any of my staffingpreneurs who need past performance. But we are also looking for staffingpreneurs who already have past performance, because we have some additional opportunities in that space too. Okay. So really, really important. So if you don't know, if you've already launched your staffing business, you have to be already launched, or you have to be a week or two away from launching. Okay. So like a week or two away from launching, or it has to be you've already launched. You can have some past experience. You can have no past experience. Stephanie Butcher, I know I want you there. You're on Becca and Lori. You should be on that list. Hey, Michelle, I didn't see you here. She left. I didn't even see her. There are a number of people on this call that should be on that list that Devontae should be reaching out to you about. So please check your email, check your text message, reach out to Devontae. What is she talking about? And I may have the second opportunity when we connect with Eli for you all to be able to support. But what we're going to do this, that's another great thing about Staffingpreneurs Academy is the partnerships that you get, right? You get access to opportunities that other people may not get access to. Okay. And so very, very, very important. And you got a coach to walk you through. Some of you, one of my staffingpreneurs got access to lots of opportunities. And she's like, Dee, what do I do? How do I do that? Then I'm able to walk through that with you, through that process with you, so that you can support your contracts in the way that you need to. So I want to make sure y'all get with Devontae in regards. So we've got 3 dates. We got the ATS clinic. Y'all should have access to, and a link on your clinic. And it will also be on the calendar and Skillify by the end of the week. Okay. So the ATS clinic should be on there. Our Reskillify training should be on there by the end of the week. If you don't see it, but Devontae has the Zoom link. And then there's the Zoom link for our partnership meeting with our staffingpreneur. You can get that from Devontae. Don't forget about the launch. I got all of these dates and the things in my head. The mastery workshop coming up in LA. I will see you all next Monday. Okay. Make sure you bring your questions. Your setup class is all about setting up your niche recruitment and staffing business. So bring your questions about legality, about marketing, bring your questions about your branding, bring your questions about things that you can find on YouTube. We don't want to talk about those things. You can go find those on YouTube. Things that you can't find on YouTube, that's where you want to get my expertise, right? So a lot of those technology platforms already have a walkthrough tutorial. Y'all can go through that. What you want is more of my expertise and how to get things set off. That's where you're best utilizing my time for the hour that we have together. All right. Oh, Lori, that's right. She's launching. They got a launch party around the 17th of August, right? So that's a big deal. And I'll be in Atlanta in 2 weeks. So I'm excited about going home for a couple of weeks. So y'all know I've been keeping myself hostage. Yeah.
Dee, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
For some reason in my calendar, it popped up that it was your birthday today.
No,
is that right?
No, January 30th.
Why did it pop up? Okay. I was like, I thought you'd already had your birthday.
Yes, I'm a hardcore Aquarius for life. Okay.
I thought so, but I was like, why is it showing up in my calendar? Okay.
Nope. I'm a hard Aquarius, January 30th. I love my birthday. I love my day. 77. I'm giving too much now.
Hey, I just celebrated my 50th, okay?
Listen, I still look good, so that's all that matters. That's all that
You
matters.
got it. You got it.
I love it. All right, awesome. So I'll put the replay, I'll put the YouTube replay in Reskillify because our Loom replay cut off in the middle. I'm not sure why. And we won't be live next week, but I am going to be here next week, okay, to answer any and all your questions. Jessica, don't be laughing at me. Answer any and all your questions about the setup of your business. I see all my Run It class folks at 11 a.m. Eastern. I look forward to seeing y'all. Was it 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. All right, y'all have an amazing day. Let's get fired up, Staffingpreneurs. Okay, I think I still got my people over here. Bye, y'all. I hope y'all have a great day. Thanks for watching. And I look forward to hanging out. If y'all are not familiar with Staffingpreneurs Academy, come check us out. But we look forward to hanging out with you all later too. Bye.